Iraq is a country with ancient roots and with a long history of turmoil and conflict. Presently, it is trying to close the chapter of the 2003 US-led invasion and in search of an identity that will allow it to once again stand as a nation. One of the most relevant countries in the Middle East, it spans almost the entire Tigris and Euphrates rivers and is situated on what was once ancient Mesopotamia, one of the cradles of human civilization. Formerly part of the Ottoman Empire, Iraq was occupied by Britain during the course of World War I. It regained its independence in 1932 when it became a kingdom. The Arab nationalist Ba'ath Party took power, overthrew the British-installed monarchy, and proclaimed a republic in 1958. A series of dictators governed the country, the last of which was Saddam Hussein, who ruled his people with an iron fist and dragged Iraq into several catastrophic wars. In 2003, Saddam Hussein's totalitarian regime was toppled by the US-led invasion of Iraq. Today, an unpopular occupation of international forces struggles with an armed hostile insurgency and the violent conflicts for power exploding amongst the various political and tribal factions. The gradual transfer of power back into Iraqi hands and subsequent multi-party elections have achieved some stability. The situation, however, remains highly volatile. Vast oil deposits have made the country rich and turned it into an important player in regional and world politics. Oil revenues constitute 90% of government income. The country encompasses about 10% of the world's oil reserves. Unfortunately, over the past 25 years, Saddam Hussein's dictatorship, international sanctions, and finally war have shattered the country's institutions and gravely hindered its economy. Today, the gradually improving security and increasing foreign investments have allowed the country to rebuild. The estimated population of Iraq is 31 million. Some 25% of Iraqis live below the poverty line. Water and electricity shortages are the order of the day. Continual violence and suicide attacks amongst various religious and political factions have destroyed many public institutions. Iraq is predominantly a Muslim country, with Islam practiced by 97% of the population. Two rival sects, Shiites and Sunnis, are involved in a constant and often violent power struggle. Christians have been present in Iraq for almost 2,000 years. In 2003, they numbered approximately 800,000, and although suffering discrimination, the community enjoyed relative freedom and security under the Ba'ath Party rule. Today, their numbers have dwindled to a mere 200,000. The rest have fled their homeland as they stand unprotected before the threats, kidnappings, forced marriages and killings by terrorists, religious extremists and organized crime. Clergy have been murdered and churches bombed. It is the largest Christian exodus in recent history. However, even in these times of acute crisis, priests, sisters and lay people have responded to the call of the gospel with heroic acts of faith and love. We cannot remain prisoners of fear, pain, and also the future. Thinking only of our future, we try to live normally. In the city of Mosul, despite the immense challenges, the church continues to stand with the faithful who remain, offering ministry, catechism and activities for the youth. Their message is that there is something greater than fear, and that is life itself. We want people from abroad to know of our situation. We want them to know what is happening in Iraq, and to the Christians here. And of course to pray. We want people from abroad to pray for us. We have faith that prayer is the only solution left us. We want you to pray for us.
Noi vogliamo che gli altri pregano per noi.